Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the podcast. Today, we're going to be starting something a little bit different. We're going to call them the Blind Challenges videos. It's a new series we're going to do that's a little bit more fast-paced and kind of fun instead of more academic discussions of specific movies. Just to kind of change it up, I felt like it needs a little bit of a, breath of fresh air a little bit every once in a while.
He thinks I'm boring, is what it is.
Okay. Yes, that's exactly what it is. So what's going to happen in the future is we're going to do one of these videos after every single specific movie discussion that we've been doing. So it'll interchange every episode. So how this is going to work is we're going to have 3 challenges that we do in each video. They may change up every once in a while, but for this video, we have 3 specific challenges. The first is going to be a blind interview where we both give each other a movie to watch, and we have 5 questions to ask each other that we didn't know about before the start of the episode, before the start of the recording. So it'll be surprise blind interview questions of each movie. And then after that, we will move on to an actor challenge where we both give each other an actor that we didn't know about, and we will ask the other person to name a specific amount of movies that the actor has been in, depending on the actor, right? And then we'll see if the other person can name that number of movies. And then the final challenge will be a lightning round that we like to call the good, the mid, and the ugly, where
for all those Gen Zs out there.
Yes. Obviously a spin on the good, the bad, the ugly. So that one, we will give each other 10 rapid fire movies, and we will quickly answer if they are either good, mid, or ugly.
We should have said fire, mid, or ugly. Would that be more relevant?
I think that'd be a little cringe.
Oh, okay.
So
cringy.
Let me do the
wouldn't
lingo.
slap.
Yeah, let me do the lingo for this one.
Okay, I'll let you have that.
So, you can trust me with that.
Okay, I got you. All right.
So, like I said, we're going to start with the blind interviews. So, I will start. I'm going to ask you my 5 questions from the movie that I gave you.
Okay.
Which is going to be The Machinist with Christian Bale.
Yep.
That is the movie we are starting with.
Okay.
And so I have 5 questions for you.
First of all, before we get into this stuff, there will be spoilers.
Yes.
So just in case.
Heavy spoilers on the 2 movies that we have for each other.
There's a good chance that you might have not seen 1 or 2 of these movies, so just in case you wanted to see it, if you hear the name of the movie, just know we're probably going to talk about it.
But the blind interviews are going to be the only time where there will be spoilers. The actor ones, we're just going to name movies, and then the lightning round, we're just going to name movies.
Yeah.
So it should be okay from there on. But for this one specifically, there will be heavy spoilers.
All right, let's see what you got, kid.
Okay, so my first question for you. Obviously, The Machinist is very well known for Christian Bale's transformation, his physical transformation, right? Which is
shocking
and incredible. So I wanted to ask you, since he has a bunch of different transformations throughout his career, do you think that this is his best one? Do you think that this is the most shocking and the most incredible out of all of his physical transformations?
I mean, it was definitely the most shocking. But I mean, honestly, I can't think of other films where it was Batman, I guess.
Yeah, so to remind you.
But that was less shocking.
Batman,
that was just him getting,
Vice.
Bulked up.
He's, a big guy.
But this was, to me, this would be a more of a challenge.
Okay.
Than to to bulk up and get strong and big, because there's lots of different ways to do that. But to starve yourself down to whatever it was, 120 some pounds. I mean, that's not only was it shocking, but it was it had to have been dangerous.
Yeah.
So I think that, it was definitely by far his
craziest one.
Probably one. The only other one that I can think of, and it wasn't Christian Bale, but the movie The Road.
With Viggo Mortensen.
Yeah, what he did in that movie was similar, but he did it for it was apocalyptic movie. that was really impressive too. So it was like kind of similar to what Christian Bale did, but that was, yeah, it was definitely, kudos to him for going the extra mile. Because today they would just CGI it, make it look skinny.
Yeah.
And they didn't do that. It's
practical.
You could tell. Yeah.
I mean, fun fact about that: his diet consisted of a black coffee, an apple,
And tuna.
and a can of tuna every single day.
So I did my homework.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it was crazy.
So
I could not do that.
So you'd say it's his craziest
Yes, by
one
far.
and most
By
impressive.
Far. Yeah.
Okay. My second question for you is, which part of the film shocked or disturbed you the most? Because it has a lot of disturbing scenes.
Yeah.
And a lot of bad stuff that happens. A lot of twists that shock you.
It did. Yeah. It was. The movie kind of takes you on twists and turns, and you're not really sure what the hell's going on until you're pretty deep into the movie, which is by design.
Yes.
I mean, it's not like it was because it was bad or anything. So the most shocking part of the movie,
or disturbing, whichever one pops out to you more.
Okay, so I think there was two. So I'll give you two.
Okay.
Probably the most disturbing was watching the guy's arm get ripped off.
Yeah.
So in the movie, the guy there's a mechanical accident on one of the machines in the I don't know where they are, like assembly or whatever it is, and the guy you just watch the guy get his arm completely pulled in and then twisted off and ripped off of the machine, and it's just whipping around, flopping. It's pretty grotesque.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
So that was pretty disturbing. But then, like from a shock perspective, or kind of it was almost like an M. Night Shyamalan twist at the end.
Yes.
When you realize this whole thing's been, he's just in this weird repressed state, and he's been imagining this little boy that he's actually killed and ran over.
Yeah.
And when you watched it, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
So this whole thing is he actually killed a kid and now he can't live with it.
Yeah, it's his guilt.
Yeah, it's his guilt, and that was a big aha moment. So that was definitely a twist. So I think that was probably the most shocking part of the movie, just because it was like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
But that part of the arm was pretty gross. There's a couple other scenes too, like the bloody refrigerator and
Yep.
yeah.
I was thinking that too. And honestly, one that pops out to me is the when he's on the ride and you see all this like weird stuff going on, like the guy hanging and the car accident, and it's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And then the road to hell,
Yeah.
or whatever you call it, redemption or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought that was disturbing.
It was definitely like one of those movies that it like all came together and crystallized in like the last 5 minutes.
Yes.
So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
How they did that. It was very M. Night-ish.
Yeah,
in that
a little
way.
bit. I would say so. Yeah.
Although it was very I don't know, dark. It was a lot darker than like M. Night movies, and the whole thing was about his guilt.
Yeah, it's very tragic. Very sad.
It's a really sad, kind of tragic movie and everything. But at the end, he finally gets to sleep because he's turned himself in and all this stuff. Yeah, pretty good movie. I was surprised I hadn't seen that before.
I knew it was going to fly under your radar. That's why I gave it to you.
Yeah, and a good role for him. I know he has a reputation for being difficult to work with, but sometimes he does.
He pulls through.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason why he's so famous.
Yeah.
Even though he's problematic a little bit.
But that would be my answer for your shock and awe.
Okay. Do you think the movie provides a proper ending to his story? Do you think that he got what he deserved in the end? And do you think it, because he, like, finally at the end when he's on the road to the station, they can either go to the airport or go downtown, and then he goes downtown to go to the jail and stuff, and then finally gets to sleep.
Yeah,
and,
I was thinking about that actually, because that's the one part of the movie I think was lacking. It does come together in the last 5 minutes, and everything kind of crystallizes, and they do a good job of that. But I would have liked another maybe 10 minutes in the movie where he's making retribution or amends to the mother and doing something about it. Right? I mean, he turns himself in, and he's facing up to what he did, but it would have been good to see, I don't know, some closure for the audience, because you went on this long road with him, and he was talking to this woman who you thought was the waitress, but it turned out that was the mother that he was imagining, and you would, I think the audience deserved some closure with some of those characters, so it would have been nice for them to do that. But I think it ended okay.
Okay.
He turned himself in, and then he basically, I just need to sleep, and he's on the bench in the, police lock up, and he's starting to doze off finally, because the whole movie he can't sleep. He hasn't been able to sleep for like a year, I think he said, or something like that. So I think he did a decent job.
Fine.
Yeah, it was okay.
Could have been a little bit better.
Yeah, it was mid. It was a mid ending. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Like
there
it?
you go.
Yeah,
See, you guys.
Yeah. See?
You can get with the times.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that the plot's structure and development are coherent enough? Because, like you said, you don't really know what's going on until the very end, when everything kind of like all the information gets flooded to you.
Yeah.
Do you think that they did a good job with that? Like, do you think that it was like coherent enough to follow towards the end, or did you feel like it was just like a bunch of like, oh, okay, this information's here, okay, I guess, or like, do you think it was?
I think it was
executed correctly.
Yeah, I think they did it in this kind of forwards and backwards kind of illogical way, but it was done in a it had logic behind it. It was just to the audience, it was very illogical until towards the end. So I didn't mind that, but I could see that, and I could see why I probably it flew under my radar, is because it wasn't a big movie, and it wasn't a big movie because of that. You risk losing the audience. Right?
Yeah,
you risk people. Movie. Yeah, you risk people not being interested in, like, oh man, I gotta sit here and think about this shit. I don't want to do this, right? So I think that's that's kind of but you could say the same thing about like Quentin Tarantino movies and things like that, where they go back and forth, and you're like, well, it wasn't quite like that, but you get what I'm saying. So
it pushed the envelope.
But the story, but it all ended up making sense. So I think the plot, where it kind of reminded me, now that I think about it, of Memento a little bit.
I was thinking that too. It reminds me of Memento.
Which I didn't like. I
Really?
like this movie a lot better than I like Memento. I thought Memento had a lot of gaps in it. But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. That'll be another episode.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah.
But Machinist was a good movie, but it had the same kind of vibe to it, I think. Yeah.
I agree.
Especially the memory stuff and all that.
So you think they did a good job, even though it was kind of confusing for a lot of the movie? You think they brought it home?
But I didn't mind that, because I felt like I was on a ride, and I was like, I know this is going somewhere. Now, if they had closed it out like really dumb and it didn't make sense, then you'd be like, oh, this is horrible, right? But they didn't. They wrapped it up nicely at the end. Okay. I think they could have spent a little bit more time on the ending, but it made sense.
Okay. And I know we're supposed to do 5 questions, but I have 6 actually. So I apologize for that. I just had too many questions.
You're already breaking the rules. We just started.
I know.
That's not very fire of you.
I know. It's not very fire of me. Okay, he's not with the times. I was wrong, guys. Okay. Just a quick one. Like, how do you feel about the movie's aesthetic? Because it's very gritty, very dark, but I feel like, in my opinion, they kind of like overboard it with the grittiness. It's like, okay, I get it. It's gritty, but like, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it totally had the early 2000s vibe to it, with a gritty, early 21st century movie. So
color grading is crazy.
So for the time, it probably fit in, but now it feels dated.
Yeah.
So I don't really care for it. But it's funny you said that, because because your mom was watching it with me, and we were both like, this feels like a Hitchcock movie. Because the transitions and from one scene to another, and how they kind of bleed through, and then the music and how they kept the plot moving with some of the instrumentals is very Hitchcock-like.
Yeah.
So when you watch it, you're like, this feels like I'm watching a modern Hitchcock movie. So I think they kind of stole some of his style.
Yeah, you get inspired by his
and in the black and whites and stuff. It wasn't quite black and white, but it was damn near in some of those scenes. But I didn't really care for it too much, but it didn't bother me either.
Yeah, it was just like fine.
Yeah, it definitely felt like it had that early 2000s vibe, so I don't think that dated well. But
yeah, that's how I feel about a lot of 2000s movies. They have that crazy color grading that isn't really necessary.
Yeah,
but I agree. It's like fine. Okay, so which character do you feel bad for the most? which one do you sympathize with the most? Because you have Trevor, right, who goes down his road, and obviously it's a very tragic story. But he also did some bad stuff, right? So there's that. The guy who lost his arm, Miller or whatever. The boy who got killed. The mom of that boy. The prostitute that he's with and like screams at, and she gets beat, you know, throughout the movie. There's a lot of tragic characters, and I want to know who you sympathize with the most.
I mean, you have to kind of sympathize with the kid. I mean, he's the one that died, but he's not alive. So I think the next character would be the mother of the kid. Although your heart goes out for the prostitute. I mean, she was falling in love with him, and she felt like she was finally putting her life together, and then he's just insane. Yeah, he turns out, oh no, he's crazy. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you. The final thing I would like to ask is what you would rate the movie out of 10.
I think give it a 6.5.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. It's not bad.
6.5.
Pretty good.
Yeah, it was a good movie. It wasn't bad. Some of the stuff didn't. What do you call it?
Didn't work for you.
No, it didn't live well through 20 years later. You know, like kind of like we were saying. But
it is kind of a weird movie too. You know, they push the envelope and it's impressive, but it's like, you know, a little. Yeah, it can be a little out there.
Yeah, but you know, I think they did a good job with it. It was a good movie. It's definitely worth watching, and especially if you like those kind of mystery movies and you're like, what is going on? It's definitely one of those. So
okay.
Yep.
Well, now it is time for him to give me his movie or ask me the questions about the movie that he gave me. All right. So go right ahead.
All right. So
I'm ready.
I gave you North by Northwest.
Right.
So I want to ask you about North by Northwest first.
Okay.
And then I gave you a fun movie, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Which we will do in the next Blind Challenge.
Yes. And did you say what my other movie was to the audience, by the way?
No.
You were not being a good host. Do you want to tell them what the next
I was going to do it in that episode. But, you know,
We'll
he wants to be ill-organized. It's fine.
All right. So North by Northwest. First of all, I'm going to give you a quick a test because I'm your dad. So okay. I got to test you.
Okay.
If you're paying attention. Did you watch the movie or did you watch a YouTube mashup on it? We'll see.
We'll see.
Who's the director?
Hitchcock.
And who is the main star?
Cary Grant.
Okay. And can you do Cary Grant's accent?
No, actually. He kind of talks weird. Sometimes
it's one of those old-fashioned New England accents.
And sometimes he talks like gibberish, and I need subtitles for him. But yeah, I don't think I can. I'm bad with accents. So.
Okay, so first one up. Of the Hitchcock movies you have seen, which I don't know that you've seen a lot, where would you rank this? Would you say it's one of his best movies or kind of a mid Hitchcock movie?
It's going to be pretty embarrassing. I haven't seen too many Hitchcock movies, if I'm being honest. I've seen Psycho.
Some film student.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. I need to watch The Rope and Rear Window and Vertigo. I haven't seen any of those. But I have seen Psycho and The Birds and now North by Northwest.
Okay, so of those three, where would you rank them?
I'd probably put... Dang, that's hard. I'd probably put The Birds at the bottom. Just because it's a little goofy now. Because it's like I could appreciate it and know it's scary.
The Birds is still better than the Birdemic movie.
Oh yeah, well that's not a high bar to cross.
70 years later.
No, The Birds. It's a good movie. It's just not very scary anymore because it's obviously fake. So I'd probably put that there, and I'd probably put North by Northwest second. I'd say Psycho's the better movie just because it's kind of his magnum opus, and it is for a reason. It's iconic, and I think it's really well done.
Okay. That's fair.
But North by Northwest is still a great movie. So.
I would disagree. I think North by Northwest is better, but I do like Psycho. Okay. What in the entire movie North by Northwest? It's famous for a couple of big scenes. If you have not seen North by Northwest, you probably have seen the poster of it on Prime or any other movie rental place.
Yeah,
I mean,
you've definitely seen the poster.
it's the one
I mean,
with Cary Grant running, and there's an airplane right behind him, and there's he's running from it. It's a pretty iconic scene. There's a few of those in the movie.
Yes.
Not including those, because I'm asking you about that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite scene in the movie? Your favorite just like performance in the movie, like that really captured your attention.
So I couldn't tell you what my favorite is, but I can tell you who could be like in there, right?
Okay.
One scene I really like is obviously the very end, where he's like creeping into the house and he warns her, and the dude like shows whatever his name is, the bad guy with the gun, like the fake gun, and he thinks he shot him, but he's like showing him. It's like, oh, he found out, and so because they make it seem like his like henchman like turned on him, and I like that it was like him actually just figuring out that it was a blank gun. And at that moment, I was like, "Oh my god, that's crazy!" And then the whole thing goes through. She has to go back upstairs because he drops the letter down, or the pack of matches down. It's just a cool scene. It's a cool sequence of events because you're like trying to figure out if she's gonna survive or not.
Okay.
I like that scene. But honestly, the one I really like is when he walks into the UN place and he gets framed. Like just out of nowhere. Yeah, he's like hiding behind you. You don't know what he's gonna do. I'm like, what is this goober doing, right? And then he's just talking to the UN guy, and he's like, he's about to find out information that's important, and he's like, because threw a knife into his back, and then he grabs him, pulls the knife out, and then a random camera guy comes out of nowhere. He's like, ching, like what? And then it's like, oh my god, oh, he killed him, and it's like I don't know. I just thought it was pretty funny, but like you could tell he did it on purpose. It's like ridiculous. Like, oh my god, where'd this guy come from?
Yeah.
And it just kind of raises the stakes more too. It makes okay, now he's a murderer. He's a wanted murderer. So I thought that was a pretty cool scene to watch. I was literally in my chair like, what? So
because that sets the whole movie in motion.
Right. Yeah. So I think that's probably at least one of my favorite scenes.
Okay.
That one and the ending.
Okay.
So.
All right. All right. So if you had to choose of the three things you think the movie did the best, would it be the writing, the performances, or the cinematography for its time, which was pretty advanced?
Which one was the best?
Yeah. What would you say it did of those three categories? Which did it do the best in?
The performances, the writing, and the cinematography.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I think the writing, because there's a few twists in there that kind of got me and it kept me going. The performance is probably the worst part of it, just because it's like, typical 1950s acting. It's like they did good, they did great, but like it's like typical, Well,
all movies like that, you have to put on a different hat.
Yeah,
because it's more theatrical acting. It's not like the realism we expect today.
Yeah. So it's like, I'd probably put that last. And then the cinematography is good. There are actually some cool shots. One I remember is when he's leaving the UN nation, escaping in a cab. They have like this cool skyscraper shot, like this aerial shot, looking down on him, getting in the cab, which is pretty cool. The Mount Rushmore shots, those are really cool. Yeah. But the writing is really well done. Like it's really good. Like keeps you going because they pull him like by gunpoint and put him in a car and like take him to this house. And they're calling him a different name. It's like, who the hell are you guys?
What is going on? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you slowly figure out the information, like more information about it, and it just like kind of grabs you. It's like, oh my god, what's going on? Like the woman turns out to be, with the evil guy, but he's not really with the evil guy. She's with the FBI or wherever. And so it's like it kind of like pulls you and everywhere.
You don't know what's going on for a good half of the movie.
And you're learning.
Confused,
you're learning with the main character. You're learning with Cary Grant. So it's pretty cool. I'm trying to remember a specific part that I really liked, but I think it just fell out of my head.
But you would say writing.
The writing is definitely really impressive.
That's fair.
And like I said, the ending scene where he makes it think the henchman is going to turn on him, but he doesn't. He just figures out it's a blank gun. It's like, oh my god, he figured it out. So I think the writing is really good.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to argue with that. It's pretty good. I think the writing and the cinematography, the plot and stuff is what makes the movie the movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of agree with that. And then of those famous scenes, right, the ones that you like you just described, the Mount Rushmore one at the end, which by the way they did a funny parody on that in Family Guy. So if you're a Family Guy fan, check that out. It was kind of funny. But the Mount Rushmore shot, which there's a lot of green screens in North by Northwest because they're trying to have these big.
But it doesn't pull me out. I think it's fine.
It doesn't. Even today, watching it on a 4K TV, it still kind of holds up.
I could see it, but it's still immersive. It's not like cheesy and cheap.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not like The Room. It doesn't throw you out of your element. Yeah.
Your immersion, whatever immersion you had for that movie.
Yeah, and then you had the plane scene. So the him getting chased by the plane, and that's all like it's. I think that's it's hard to tell, but I think it's a combination of real stunts combined with like studio.
That's what it seems like. I was like, did he really do this?
I think the plane is real, but I don't think it coming in that close to Cary Grant was. But the fact that it's hard to tell is pretty good.
It's hard to
tell.
So
the question is, for someone in Gen Z, film fanatic like you are, but very versed in like modern movies. How did that come off to you? Did that feel like, wow, that was an impressive shot? Or were you like, that's just goofy?
Some of it was kind of like noticeable. Like obviously Mount Rushmore, there were green screens everywhere, and they were just climbing sets or whatever. But it was still immersive. Like I said, like it was still like immersive to watch. It didn't pull me out, and it felt real to a certain extent. It's just like.
So you wouldn't say it was like laughable?
No, it was definitely not laughable. And honestly, the plane scene, I couldn't notice it. I didn't notice it. What was CG or not CGI? What was green screen and what wasn't? I couldn't tell. There were some scenes where I could tell they were walking on a track, like when they're walking through, and it's like a complete green screen behind them, and they're just walking. I could tell it's a track, which pulls me out a little bit. But that plane scene was really impressive. I also like how that was set up too, because. If you didn't know about it beforehand, you don't expect it. Yeah. Because the guy shows up at the bus station, he thinks that's him, but it's not him because of information you already know. So it's like, what are they planning? Yeah. What are they doing? And then he's like, oh, that plane's weird. It's going over crops that don't need to be grazed or whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then he doesn't care. He's just like, and then he looks back and it's like, swooping in toward. It's kind of scary. Yeah, I like it. I like how ominous it is.
It's a unique scare shot. Yeah, I mean you don't find that kind of stuff in movies. Yeah, that's not even today. That was for you. Yeah, it was a really. I love that scene just because it's like that's a different and unique way to scare people.
Yeah.
And then I mean you could tell. I don't know what the budget for the movie was, but it had to have been a lot because there was a lot of live production shots. That were pretty good, like the plane flying into the gas tanker and it explodes. I mean, that's live fire stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
The shots in Manhattan and all that had to have cost a lot of money to do that kind of thing, especially back then.
Yeah.
So I could only imagine sitting in a theater in the 50s or 60s watching the North by Northwest movie and how realistic that probably looked. Yeah, that was probably pretty. The Mount Rushmore shots and everything. You take out like all the digital enhancements we have today with 4K, and that looks pretty good,
pretty real,
right? So, anyway, I wanted to get a take on a younger generation, whether or not those kind of movies still have relevance.
Yeah, it still has punch. Still has punch to it. I was shocked by some of the scenes.
So what would you rate it?
I'd rate it an 8.
Oh wow,
8 out of 10. Yeah. Solid movie. There were some. I mean, like it's an older movie, so it has a few flaws that I don't really like, like the theatrical acting that doesn't make any sense realistically. I think that's just my modern brain, but it's still solid script, such good writing, and it's Hitchcock. I mean, he knows how to make a movie.
Yeah,
obviously he's a legend. Yeah. So
I know your generation has a hard time with like older movies because you don't have that immersion as much as we want it these days, but the way that I watch old movies, and the reason I think I can enjoy them, is because to me it's like watching a play on TV. You know, that's how I look at it, because the way they act in those movies, it feels like it's theater acting. Like you're going to see a play, and it just happens to be on TV or something like that, and it's recorded and scripted, but it feels like a play. Especially the older movies.
Does.
Like North by Northwest was in that age where I think movies were starting to transition, because once you started to get into the 60s, I think movies started to trend more like realistic, and trying to immerse people in the story, and get people to really buy the actor. Yeah. Whereas before, you were there to watch actors perform a play, kind of. So I think there's this transition period, and there's movies like North by Northwest that are kind of in the in-between, because the performances are pretty good, but they still got that old-timey stink on them.
So. The scene that really pops out to me with that theatrical acting is when he gets pulled into the house, and he's like, I don't know, it's like him like trying to leave, and then they're like grab him, and he's, I don't know, it's hard to explain. But it's you could tell it's very theatrical.
Yeah,
but I mean,
if you put that hat on and you come into it with the right attitude, I think you can really enjoy it.
And I did enjoy it. So.
Okay. All right. Well,
I guess that was 5 questions. Yep. Okay, so now we are going to move on to the actor challenge. So I have an actor for him, and he's going to name 7 movies for this actor.
This is going to be ugly, guys.
Okay. So bear with us. The actor.
We have a time on this, right? Is that what we're doing?
We
should put a time on this. Okay. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot of dead air.
Let's put a timer on. On it. Let's see. What do you think? Let's do a minute. You have a minute.
Give me 90.
90 seconds.
90 seconds. Yeah.
All right, you're pushing it.
I'm old.
Pushing it.
I'm
okay.
old. I ain't got your memory.
All right, let's do it. 90 seconds. I guess it's... Okay, yeah. All right. The actor I'm going to give you today is Matt Damon.
Okay.
Okay? You could do 7 movies with Matt Damon.
I think I can. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So your timer starts now.
Okay. Matt Damon. Dogma.
Okay.
The Martian.
2.
Was he in Clerks? No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't in Clerks.
What am I thinking of? Mallrats. Was he in Mallrats?
I don't know.
What's it called? The one. How about them apples?
Yeah, what is it? It's his biggest movie. One of them, at least. Don't freak out.
Interstellar.
Interstellar. Okay.
I can't. My mind keeps going back to that movie. Why can't I think of it? I can think of it all the.
You got 3. Come on. He's in a bunch of movies.
I know.
Here, I'll help you out a little bit. Okay.
No, don't help me. Ocean's 11.
Yes.
Think
of franchises like that.
Yeah. Ocean's 12?
Well, no, that doesn't count.
Okay.
Sorry.
How many seconds I got left?
You have 20 seconds left. Over halfway there. All right, you have 10 seconds. I'm going to help you a little bit. Okay. The action movies that he's in.
Yes.
Trilogy.
The Jason Bourne.
Oop. Timer's out. Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting. God.
That's crazy. He didn't get that. That's crazy. That's a 90s
I'm not
movie.
good with these pressure tactics.
And then Jason Bourne, right?
Yeah.
I'm forgetting some. He was in, I think it's called The Accountant.
The Accountant. That's the one. Oh, the one where he's like an angel and they go in between. What's that movie called?
An Angel?
I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah, anyway.
He's in Thor Ragnarok. He plays a cameo whenever they're doing a play with Loki and Thor. He's Loki.
Oh, that's right. Wow, good memory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I just lost it. This is what happens when
nice.
There's
probably a few we're forgetting.
Once you're well into your 40s,
so,
it's all over.
Yeah.
But See, this is why I told you this is not going to be as easy as you think it is.
Let's see.
Not for
I'm
me.
about to get my actor. Let's see what I gotta
right.
do.
Well, since you're a little younger, 8 movies.
Okay.
And if you don't get this, then you're not a Gen Zer. No sequels.
No sequels. Okay.
You can get movies in the same franchise, but
Okay.
you can't use
Not sequels.
Not sequels. Not direct sequels. Okay.
Okay.
So 8 movies. Your actor is. Ready?
Yep.
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans. Okay, that's hard. Okay, Captain America, Avengers. He's in Before We Go. What is it called? Oh my God, Chris Evans is hard. Knives Out. Okay.
Flame on.
Okay, Fantastic Four. I forgot he was in that. That's true. I thought you weren't supposed to help each other until the very end.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm your dad.
All right, fair. He's in
He's been in some new movies
Gifted.
lately.
Gifted. And
2 more.
oh my God, I forgot it wasn't 7. 2 more with Chris Evans. Mr. Chris Evans.
He's got a couple that just came out this past year.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I tripping?
No.
Is it obvious?
No, it's not obvious.
Oh. Did it come out in theaters?
Yep.
These movies?
There's a couple on Netflix that he made.
He's in. Is he in The Gray Man?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
One more.
Chris Evans.
One more.
I'm gonna have.
All right,
to
I'll give you a
say-
hint. He was in a movie this year with Pedro Pascal. Oh, you didn't get
that
it
was
either.
One short. Chris Evans is hard,
The
man.
Materialists.
I don't even know what that is.
That was a new movie that came
Oh
out
no,
this
I do
year.
know The Materialist. I haven't seen. I thought that was just.
The Honey Don't that came out this year.
Okay, I didn't know either.
Yeah. Free Guy cameo.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, remember?
I forgot.
Remember when he gets the Captain America when
Oh yeah.
and he
okay.
has a cameo and he's
Okay,
like,
that's fair.
"What the shit?" or something like that.
Man, I gave you 7 with Matt Damon.
It's Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is not as widespread out as Chris Evans.
I
is.
was able to.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Fine.
All right, what are we doing now?
So we both lost.
We both lost. We both suck.
It's okay.
Yeah,
It's fine.
good job.
This is the first time we're doing this, so it's just a warm up, you know.
Yeah.
Okay,
doing-
so now we're going to move on to the third and final activity, which is lightning round. Easy challenge, should be at least. Maybe we can pull this one off. So, like I said before, it's going to be 10 movies. We're going to shoot at each other. Where
We were gonna shoot at each other. I
Okay.
didn't know this was gonna get violent.
well, it's good, bad, and the ugly, right? So, or good,
No.
mid, and the ugly.
It's the fire, the mid, and the ugly.
No, we're not naming it that. It is. We have to rate the movie either good, mid, ugly, super fast. I'll start, or I guess you could start. I'll let you start with the rapid fire.
Okay.
And I'll do it.
All right. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Indiana Jones.
Good.
Back to the Future.
Good.
Saving Private Ryan.
Good. Great.
Northman.
Good.
Truman Show.
Good.
North by Northwest.
Good.
Okay, maybe we need this a different way. Psycho.
Good.
All right. Waterboy.
Good. I love the Water Boy.
Home Alone.
Good.
Jurassic Park.
First one. Good.
Okay, I guess we have to make this
Well,
harder.
I did this correctly. I picked some movies that aren't as
I didn't understand
good
the
as each
assignment.
other. Yeah, that's what I was saying. We should do good, mid, and the ugly. That way you get some mid in there as well. But okay,
Okay, I'll do better next time.
ready? Thelma and Louise,
Good.
Cloverfield,
Mid.
The Menu,
Mid.
Blood Diamond,
Mid.
Iron Man 2,
Mid.
Snowden. That's Joseph
Skip. I
Gordon-Levitt.
didn't see it.
Vice,
Didn't see it.
Cars 2.
Mid.
Okay. Look Who's Talking.
Good.
And The Village.
Good.
Good?
Like, between the good and mid.
Okay,
Is
well,
there a category for that? Can we call it mid?
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
you have to stay strong on your stance.
Okay.
Well, I guess I try to get some uglies in there. I know a lot of people don't like Cars 2
I mean,
or Iron Man 2.
it's a kids movie. I mean, they're
Yeah.
either going to be good or mid.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
how
guess.
many
No,
are you like, that sucked?
There's
I mean,
got to be some bad kids movies, you know.
maybe. I don't know.
But okay, well, that will be the end of this first Blind Challenges episode. If you like these, let us know in the comments. And if you have any suggestions, let us know too. But yeah, we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Take care for now.